Jay, you said towards the end of the availability against Toronto, you knew your team was going to be ready. Do you think that at this time of the year that there's a certain level of engagement that increases when they see the organization make significant additions, and that maybe it was a sign that there was a level of commitment that helps stoke the fires a bit for the players?
Yeah, certainly this time of year, like we're coming down the home stretch now. You know, I keep going back to, you know, Boxing Day or immediately after Christmas. I think our team's taken a step since then. But what do I think our players feel after seeing some of the moves that our team has made? I think they feel buoyed by that. I think it lifts everybody up. I think it shows, you know, that we're serious about making a long run here. You know, it's never fun to see friends walk out the door, and we've seen a few leave us, but you know, it's part of the business. But we're excited about the additions that have been made. And as we work our way down the stretch, we know we're going to have to be good. We see a 35-team win, 35 win team walk in our building tonight. They've won 34 of those 35 games in regulation or overtime. They're a real hockey team here that's right there alongside with us. We're going to play them tonight at home, tomorrow on the road, and we better be ready. We need everybody with that kind of mindset, and if we have it, we'll think we'll be in a good spot as we navigate our way down the stretch.
Not sure Bukestad will be an option for you for tonight, but just a thought on having, we talked a bit about Ekholm as a addition on the PK. We saw that the other night. Just get another long, rangy penalty killer. He led Arizona in time on ice for forwards on PK. Yeah, big-bodied. You know, he has skill, too. He's kind of reinvigorated his career down in Arizona this year by playing a lot and being a trusted player down there. All reports that got back to me from people around the hockey world were that he was a fantastic person, great teammate. Obviously, you know, he's had a good career thus far, but he wants to win. Just like Matthias, Nick is very excited to join the Edmonton Oilers organization. He's excited about the opportunity before him, and he's excited about coming to the best fans in the National Hockey League.
Hey, Jay, going back to Bukestad, do you envision, I know he played mostly at center in Arizona. Is that where you envision?
I think the one thing about our team over the year or a year and a half is that we feel comfortable moving people everywhere. I think he's displayed that type of versatility in his career. You don't get to play as long as he has without that type of versatility. I think we'll start him in the middle and then go from there.
You were asked a lot of questions before and after Wednesday's game about Evan Bouchard and how that move of Tyson Barrie maybe put some confidence or showed that from the organization. Now I wonder, Broberg and Desharnais, do you feel the same thing there with those two players, and what gives you that confidence as somebody who has coached them in the minors that they can do the job up here?
Yeah, I have that confidence in them because I've seen them every step of the way in their professional career. We feel real good about him. The record with Vincent Desharnais in the lineup speaks for itself. For Philip Broberg, you know, you look at a young player gaining more experience in this league and what he's done this year in terms of his plus minus, how he goes out and is fearless on the penalty kill. I think both those guys are going to be really good NHL players for a long time.
Jay, at the All-Star break in interview, Leon Draisaitl said he felt he wasn't really happy with the season outside of the points and felt like there was just areas he wanted to get better at. The game against Toronto might have been his best. Like, he was physical, he was really good backtracking defense.
Yep.
Did you see that in him? Has there been a conversation? I don't know if you heard his comments at the All-Star game or not. Yeah. And would you agree with him? Was there more that you wanted from his 200-foot game?
Yeah, there had been, and there's been conversations along the way. That's part and parcel with coaching players in the National Hockey League. It doesn't matter if they're the leading scorer in the league, the second leading scorer in the league, or someone playing their first NHL game. That's what we do here. You we believe that the best players in the world want to be led. I agree with you. I think Leon played a fantastic game against Toronto. You mentioned a lot of aspects of that game. The one thing you didn't mention was his puck management, his game management decisions. We looked at a clip here this morning off of a great D-zone face-off win where he's in a great spot. We get him the puck, he lays it in, and Yamamoto ends up scoring a goal in the offensive zone. Those are the types of things that the more plays like that you accrue in a hockey game at this time of year, the better chance you give your team to win. And I thought he played a whale of a game, and we're going to need that as we work our way down the stretch here, starting with a really, really good team tonight against Winnipeg.
Matthias, I think on a Zoom call, said he's comfortable moving over to the right if he has to. What's your kind of understanding and your intel on his ability to play there, and if there's much drop-off in his game when he does?
Yep, he's played some there this year. He's played some minutes there this year out of necessity while in Nashville. For me, I think and it's similar to Bukestad, when you trade for somebody, you want to give them the best opportunity to succeed. Primarily in his career, Matthias has played on that left side, and right now we're comfortable with the pairing where it's at. It's nice to know that should we get in a pinch and have to move him over, we can. But I think we have other people that can play their offside as well. Right now, I was happy with his first game, and he's looking to build on it, and we're looking to build on that as a team as well.
You've added good NHL forward here.
Yep.
Does the algebra change at all on 11-7 versus 12-6 when you add players like that? Are you still an 11-7 team right now, you think?
We'll see. What I like is maintaining a level of flexibility. The good thing about going 11-7 is that we know that we can do it. I like 12-6 too. It's a lot easier behind the bench when it's just 12-6 for me. But I think anytime you add another NHL forward to the group, it gives you comfort knowing that you can go that way. I also think adding Ekholm gives us a dimension on the back end where we feel comfortable should we make the decision to go with 6 defensemen as well. So we're going to be flexible. We'll make those decisions on a day in, day out basis. The only other thing I would say with regards to that kind of not debate, but that thought process is, I don't think we've truly been a healthy team since game 11 or so of this year, because Evander's been out. Kyler missed a good chunk of time. There was a time when Fogle and McLeod were out, and we still haven't got to that point yet where we've gotten a full lineup where we feel that it's to our advantage to go with certain alignments. So we're looking forward to continuing to grow and hopefully get everybody healthy here so that we have those tough decisions to make.
Hey, Jay, I was talking to Killer Yamamoto in the room there. He said it was more of a precautionary thing to take him out of the game. I just wanted to ask you about his play and how you're seeing him. He looks like he's back to that player that, how they say he plays inside players' equipment and stuff like that. And then the goal was obviously a huge boost for him. But how are you seeing him coming along after that long layoff?
Yeah, I think he's progressively getting a little bit better. I feel that he has the ability to play against the best players in the world. I think he's a good penalty killer. He has a good defensive conscience. He's at his best when he's displaying a level of tenaciousness. He's at his best when he is just playing and he does not have pause in his game. And I think he's making steps towards getting back to feeling where he wants to feel good. That's also another lesson, is that even when you do return to full health, we're at game, 63 of the NHL schedule. The pace is pretty high. So if you've missed a large chunk of action, it takes you a while to get back up to speed while everybody else is at such a high level. So I think his game's coming around. It's nice to see a little offensive production in Pittsburgh, and then obviously last game as well. I would note where he scored those goals, because I think those are the types of goals that he does score. And should he want more or future offensive success, he should continue to go to those areas.
Now, he has to be that tenacious player to be effective, but obviously coming off injury, sometimes there might be, like you said, pause
Yeah.
in playing that way. Is that something that you have to overcome and gradually in time you feel that, okay, my injury is going to be fine, I can still play this?
Yep. Now, your definition of pause and mine might be a little bit different. I think with him, when he's relying on his instinct and his game flows from one end to another, that's what I'm talking about. When there's a little pause on the transition from the offensive side of the puck to the defensive side of the puck. So I don't see him with pause going into battles. For me, the pause sometimes occurs, on just the natural flow of the game. And I think once you kind of get back up and running and up to speed, you don't see those pauses anymore.